Red Bull has outdone McLaren's record for the longest winning streak in F1, with Max Verstappen claiming that even Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes in their most dominant form couldn't achieve this feat. Following his triumph in the 2022 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final race of the season, Red Bull has maintained its winning momentum into the 2023 season, and there's no sign of it stopping anytime soon. After completing 12 rounds of the season, each resulting in a Red Bull victory, their winning streak has now extended to 13. The previous record was held by McLaren in 1988 when they achieved 11 consecutive victories. Red Bull has the potential to raise the bar even further, considering no clear contender has come forth to challenge their dominant performance. Red Bull has now assumed the position of Formula One's unstoppable powerhouse, a position previously occupied by Mercedes. The Mercedes team secured an impressive 8 consecutive constructors' titles from 2014 to 2021, along with 7 drivers' titles during that period. Max Verstappen disrupted this streak by claiming the world champion title in 2021, marking a turning point. But even at the height of Mercedes' dominance, they never managed to achieve such an unbroken series of Formula One victories. Verstappen believes that the level of control Mercedes exerted over the competition is inferior to what Red Bull is currently achieving. While talking to the media, the Dutchman said, "I think it means more to the team, but for my side, I just focus on every single race I try to win. We just try to keep it going, honestly, and just enjoying the moment. But I think it's just an incredible achievement from the whole team, because yes, we have the dominant car, but it's also very easy to make mistakes, and then not win one race, and then of course, the streak is gone, right? Because even in the dominant years of Mercedes, and I think it was probably even more dominant than what we have at the moment, or what McLaren had, because there were a lot more retirements going on, just because of reliability stuff. So yeah, I'm really proud to be part of the team, and to achieve something like this." With Verstappen clearly outperforming the competition this season, certain fans have characterized the absence of a title race as boring. When questioned about whether he himself finds it mind-dulling to face virtually no opposition during a Grand Prix weekend, the Red Bull driver brushed it off. He responded by saying, "That actually doesn't make it boring. That's why I'm here. I want to be here. I want to win. To be up front. It's what makes it a lot more enjoyable to come to a race weekend. Knowing that you can't win, you have no chance, that's boring for me. This is the opposite." Verstappen doesn't seem to be the only one that sees it this way. At no point in his remarkable Formula One journey has Lewis Hamilton displayed the level of unwavering dominance that Max Verstappen is currently exhibiting, according to none other than former F1 champion Jacques Villeneuve. The Canadian champion shared his assessment of the contemporary adversaries as the Dutch driver edges closer to clinching his 3rd title. Verstappen holds a commanding 125-point advantage over his teammate Sergio Perez and maintains an even more significant lead over all other competitors, all within the first 12 races of 2023. With 10 races still ahead before the conclusion of the season, there exists a range of single-season records waiting to be shattered by a driver who hasn't even reached the age of 26. And as for Hamilton, he has found himself far from being in contention for a title and has not secured a victory since the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in December 2021. But it is worth noting that Mercedes has not equipped him with a car capable of matching the performance of the Red Bull machines that Verstappen has enjoyed. Hamilton has had the privilege of driving some exceptional cars in the past, especially during Mercedes' impressive 8-year run of triumphs in the Constructors' Championship. But even with that span, Villeneuve is of the opinion that there was never a moment when the 7-time world champion displayed the same level of dominance that Verstappen currently commands. He told La Gazzetta dello Sport, "He goes very up and down in performance. It depends on the weekends, but he's always been like that. Every season, even when he was winning. He's never had a perfect year like Verstappen. Verstappen always has an extraordinary energy. He never gives up, and he makes a difference. Verstappen has always been like that. For years, he's at his best for the whole season. It's hallucinating how he does it. Maybe only Fernando Alonso was comparable. If you look at most of the other drivers, they all have ups and downs, often with quite a bit of difference between them. Not him. I really don't know where he gets all that energy from. When he is like that, which is practically all the time, he is unbeatable." Red Bull team principal Christian Horner wants to push for his team to secure victory in every single race on the Formula One calendar. The remarkable start they've had has led to either Max Verstappen or Sergio Perez standing atop the podium in all 12 races up to now. While Red Bull takes pride in their commanding lead and revels in their success, other people on the paddock might think that Horner has been making bold statements. But fans of other teams are starting to worry that the team could surpass even the 1988 McLaren's achievement of winning 15 out of 16 races. In an interview with Motorsport.com, Horner was asked about the possibility of the Austrian team surpassing McLaren's record of winning that many races. He confessed that the idea has been starting to take hold in his mind, saying, "If you think logically, then no, but we never thought that we could win the first 12 races either, so now I have to say, why not?" Ferrari's regression from the previous season, coupled with Mercedes sticking to their side podless design at the start of this season, has resulted in Red Bull facing minimal challenges and enjoying a relatively uncontested position. Only occasional bursts of impressive performances from Aston Martin at the beginning of the season, and more recently from McLaren, have truly put some pressure on the Red Bull team. Ironically, as the margin to Red Bull narrows, the intense competition for the second position has inadvertently worked in Horner's team's favor, resulting in an even wider gap for them in the championship standings. Horner said, "I didn't expect Red Bull's dominance at all. We've just developed our own car, and we were honestly surprised that the others didn't do a good job because both Mercedes and Ferrari didn't make a step forward. That is why we are so far ahead now. The opposition behind us keeps changing. One time it's Ferrari, one time it's McLaren, and then it's Aston Martin or Mercedes who is behind us." As Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo vie for a 2025 seat with Red Bull, it's becoming clear that this isn't exclusive to a direct rivalry between the two. While Perez knows his competition in Ricciardo, who views his stint with junior team AlphaTauri as a chance to reclaim a position with the main team, Red Bull's team principal Christian Horner has disclosed that the competition for a spot in the 2025 lineup extends beyond just these two contenders. While talking to Sky Sports News, the Red Bull team principal said, "It's just the position that we're in. It's great to have a lot of interest. And it's not just from those drivers. It's from drivers outside our spectrum as well regarding 2025. Lando Norris has been associated with Red Bull as a potential driver for a number of years, having been considered as a candidate in the past, but it seems that his rookie teammate, Oscar Piastri, has now become a more enticing prospect for Red Bull. Although Norris is committed to McLaren until the conclusion of 2025, Piastri presents an intriguing option. Piastri's contract expires at the end of 2024, positioning him as another promising talent currently available on the market. What do you think? Who would you pick as the Robin to Max Verstappen's Batman? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.